Hi, this is Dodger and you're watching my show. So one of my coworkers today leaned over his desk and looked at my playlists on my Spotify account and was like, "Oh, you spelled K-pop wrong." No, I didn't. There's an extra O in there. No, that's right. No, it's correct. I had trouble coming to terms with the possibility that he didn't realize that I was purposefully making a poop joke. When faced with the option of do I make a playlist called K-pop or a playlist called K-poop, it seemed obvious. There was an obvious answer. Poop jokes, sometimes just too highbrow. Too highbrow for people, man. So any of you who have been waiting for a new Double Dragon game, your wishes might be answered, but maybe not in the way you hoped. So WayForward and Majesco just put out a trailer for their new game called Double Dragon Neon. It's going to be coming out on PSN and Xbox Live Arcade, and a lot of the reaction to it has been very negative. People do not like the look of it at all. I didn't think it was as big of an issue. Obviously, it's not like super 2D the way that, oh, what was the name of that game? A Boy and His Blob. A Boy and His Blob was also made by WayForward, and it was more like 2D, like interesting art. Double Dragon Neon is kind of like 3D, but has like these interesting outlines to them, so I don't know. I'm not as upset by it as everybody else is. The thing that I am hoping, though, is that they are also making the Adventure Time game, right? I'm hoping that their approach to the Adventure Time game is more like A Boy and His Blob rather than Double Dragon Neon. And I mean, if you were hoping for a game that was more classy than just like normal Double Dragon games, I don't know why you were wanting that. Double Dragon is about two dudes on the streets walking around beating up everybody. That's what it is. If you are interested in watching the trailer and deciding for yourself how you feel about it, I will link you guys in the description. Something that happened earlier on this week is that the porn company Brazzers is going to be possibly holding their own fighting game tournament as well as sponsoring players. So Rob Steele, who is Brazzers' director of special events, happens to be good friends with Long Island Joe, who is a professional fighting game player. Steele really wanted to get involved with the fighting game community, and so they decided to start sponsoring Long Island Joe, which, as I'm sure you guys can probably guess, did not go over super well with a lot of people. The issue being, how do you talk about a sponsor while not talking about a sponsor? Because obviously fighting game tournaments are all ages. Now, it's not like you can't talk about a company without showing their product. That's not like the issue. The problem is that obviously sponsorships and advertising, the way that works is that you see somebody that you like playing and then you get interested in the ads that are sponsoring them, and then maybe you look up those ads. So for an all ages event, to have children going, "Oh, I wonder what Brazzers is a potential issue. If the framing of this is different than it was a split second ago, it's because everything got bumped. It's not a big deal. It's fine. But anyway, the point is, I think that people should be able to be sponsored by whoever wants to sponsor them. It's not a big deal, but Evo is not planning on mentioning them as a sponsor in any context whatsoever. So, you know, they have to get over that, understand that Evo is, you know, the ones holding it, and maybe that's why they decided that they wanted to hold their own tournament. I also just think that the timing of this is terrible. Like, terrible after all the sexual harassment stuff that went on Cross Assault. I just think that everything's like kind of touchy right now. Everybody's a little bit about how male-oriented the culture of it is. And I think that a porn industry isn't going to be welcomed with open arms right now as much as maybe they would have a few months ago. As a final bit of news, BioWare has promised a free DLC addition to the ending of Mass Effect. It's not going to be a new ending. It's not a new ending. It's expanding on the ending that they decided upon, which I think is the best way to do it, honestly. Also making the DLC free, that also helps a lot. With the community kind of like split into this side going, "I will fight this to the death, that ending was terrible," and then this side going, "I really hope that they don't give in and change the ending because then they're just giving in to whiners." For them to come back after a lot of deliberation and say, "You know, we like this ending, we think that it's the right ending, but we will expand on it to make you feel more like you're getting the experience that you wanted since you are upset about it, but the ending isn't gonna change." Plenty of people are still gonna be super upset and butthurt about it, but what can you do? It's a science fiction game. They decided on an ending. Yes, because of the format that Mass Effect usually takes, people are upset that all of the endings were basically the same, but I mean, I think that a good compromise is for them to expand on the ending. Those of you who are part of the movement and like so angry about it, does this make you feel better? Or do you feel kind of like, you're being patronized. Either way, that is my show. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a positive or a negative response, feel free to leave it in the comment section. And if you want to have coffee with me, you can click wherever I put the annotation and it'll take you to my other channel. But otherwise, I hope that you guys had an awesome week. It's Friday. Now we have the weekend. We have Easter. Any of you, or Passover, any of you who are celebrating either of those or anything else that might be going on this weekend that I'm just not aware of. Hopefully you will enjoy that. And I will talk to you guys again on Monday. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah! Oh, I wonder what Brazzers is.